We gonna start this story with the granddaddy 2K7. This had 24/7 mode. I guess you can compare it to Mycareer. You played as one character. It was a created character. It was the first time I ever played anything close to Myplayer, and it was so much fun. You had this rival, this Caucasian guy with braids. His name was Skills, and it was just a cool story. You met NBA players who taught you things like Steve Nash teaching you the alley-oop. You gotta play through a tournament to beat Rucker, then eventually you get called into the NBA. It was a stupid story, but like I enjoyed it to say the least. Now, we gonna move on to 2K10 where it officially became Mycareer. 3 years later, you had to beat the draft combine. We get to create our own player, customize the accessories, work our player up from ground zero essentially. It was a very fun experience. Now we actually getting to customize the character looks, we getting to play with accessories, we getting to do animations. It was everything you could expect it, but you was a 39 overall, so you couldn't do that much. But that's what all the drills were for, to upgrade your Myplayer. Like, I'm talking 2K brought out everything for this. They went in major detail with this game. They have not done anything this depth in Mycareer since. And then you got to take that player from the draft combine and import him to the actual 2K10. Amazing game. Following year, 2K11, they introduced personality to the Myplayer where you can answer questions in an interview, you get endorsements, you get to sign with Jordan, Nike, you get to drop down to the D-League if you're trash. They had a lot in these Mycareer games. It was so much fun to play Mycareer back in the day. 2K11 was the greatest 2K of all time, and now we go to the worst 2K of all time. You get your own signature jump shot for your Myplayer. Now they're giving you more customization. The problem was, the game came out during the NBA lockout, so there was no rookies. And the game comes out in October, the lockout didn't end until December or January. And then by that time, you was basically done with Mycareer, so you had to start over and just to play with the rookies of your class. And if that ain't bad enough, once the rookies came into the game, they had black arms. Everybody had black arms. It's such the dumbest thing in the game. I don't understand how 2K does this, but like everybody had black arms. It might not seem like a big deal till you actually get out there and start running with black armed teammates. So now we move on to 2K13 where they introduce VC. Now with VC, you get more customization. We're talking off the court now. Now we're getting into multiplayer times, where VC meant that you get to upgrade your Myplayer to play him against other characters. So you can go to the GM office, request for trades, ask for your team to bring people over like Dwight Howard, Carmelo. You can build popularity with your fans. You can get signature skills, which is also known as badges now. The game had so much depth into your Myplayer attributes that this set the bar for multiplayer gaming. And now let's kick into PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, where the graphics took a huge upgrade. It became beautiful. And then the Mycareer story went to another level because they created storylines within the career mode. Some players didn't have voices, so you had to read subtitles, which kind of took you out of the immersion. But it was a first year project. That's all you can ask for. You had a rival in Jackson Ellis, which added more depth to the story. Then with 2K15, they gave you a face scanning ability, because on 2K14, there was only a select few faces that you could not customize. So now you get to put yourself in the game, and you became an undrafted free agent trying to work your way onto the team in the middle of the season. Since last year most players had subtitles, they wanted to give you at least one teammate per team that you could talk to, just to add to the immersion of the story, which I loved. Now, Spike Lee has taken over 2K16 to add more dynamic to the Mycareer story. Now they're giving you a chance to start in high school so you can play through the whole career of your My Player. Start in high school, then you go to college. I'm pretty sure there was 3, 4. I don't remember how many games you played at college. It's either 3 or 4, but they gave you the college experience with your best friend Victor and your sister Cece. She's supposed to be your fraternal twin, but if you made a Caucasian character, it's kind of like standing out. Now with 2K17, they gave you the prelude just like they did with 2K10, and now they gave you the ability to play on the USA team. I see 2K is trying to take steps to move you in the right direction and keep progressing the Mycareer story. You get to be best friends with Michael B. Jordan. This is a fantastic idea. I love the acting. I loved how both players played off of each other, just like with Jackson Ellis. Now we're gonna have to see what 2K18 has to bring to the table. I cannot wait to see where they go with this direction of Mycareer. In honesty, Mycareer kind of did take a hit because it kind of got away from the story from a gameplay perspective. It really became a badge grind. You actually appreciated the Mycareer back in the day, but now it's more like, I gotta get this badge for this My Player, I gotta do this for that, because it's all about the multiplayer right now and not really about the single player. That's just where gaming is headed, so I understand it, but the fact that all the detail 2K is putting into these stories are getting overlooked because we have to grind our My Players. It's taken away from the immersion of the Mycareer. It's taken away from the whole story dynamic. I just wish they would separate the multiplayer from the single player. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know down in the comments how you think 2K has progressed since 2K10 when they first started Mycareer. Do you like where it's headed? Do you currently like the current situation of Mycareer?